Hi, this is Shane Mosley, 3-division world champion, and you're hanging out with me and LadyChann.
Hey guys! Well. That was the presser of the decade. The presser of the decade was... Listen, I absolutely enjoyed the Joshua, Wilder, Parker, Bivol, Arthur, Dubois, Miller. Oh my God, listen, like this card is, I'm even more excited for it. Like, listen, okay, where do I start? Because Big Baby Miller, yeah, he's a fat whale, but what he is good at is he's running his mouth. And if you need anyone to run their mouth, you know, he's Floyd Mayweather's private security. You know, he got dashed out of boxing for a while. He had to make a little bit of money. So he is a bodyguard. Listen, he came in. If you want to hire him for me, your personal bodyguard, not your personal trainer, clearly. But yeah, we need this. Listen, he came in thinking he could throw off his big talk. He told people about their mum from Jump, and then tried to call. He said that Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua are some bitch-ass bitches, basically. And Deontay Wilder said nothing. Anthony Joshua said everything. Like, shut your mouth or I'll go over and slap your face off. And I see that you brought... Stand by.
Right, well, let's bring in former two-time unified world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. Anthony, you are an iconic night, a historic night. You're no stranger to these sorts of nights. Tell us your feelings heading into this one.
Why isn't Eddie asking me questions? You're my promoter.
Eddie, would you like to ask Anthony a question?
Thank you. AJ, a massive moment for you, 6 weeks out.
Yep.
He is taking on
Otto Miller.
Otto Vallin.
Man, kiss my black ass.
But I do think he will fight Miller one day.
You ain't my promoter to judge what I'm going to do in my career.
Right, well,
Listen, man, proof is in the pudding. When I talk that shit, but I back it up every time. So was it kickboxing or boxing, I'm going in there and I'm gonna rip his head off. You know, there's a saying we have in New York. I mean, if you don't like vulgarness, cover your ear. We smell bitch in him, and once the bitch is in you, it ain't going nowhere. He quit against Joy Joyce. He got beat up and knocked out by a jab by Usyk, and those are small guys. I mean, Joy Joyce is big, but he ain't big baby big. So I'm telling you something, when you find a mean guy like me that's throwing 80 punches around, got a good chin, don't quit, come forward, I'm kicking his ass, and I'm sending him to early retirement, plain and simple. Thank you, Daniel Dubois, for being the dummy to sign.
One more for you, because you have a kind of hostility with a number of heavyweights. I've seen recent things with Deontay Wilder. Of course, you were scheduled at one point to fight Anthony Joshua. Do you have anything to say to anyone else up here?
Oh, they can all kiss my black ass. Deontay and AJ. I don't like none of them motherfuckers. You know what I'm trying to say? But one thing I can tell you is that after I finish with Dubois, I definitely want Manuel Chark because he got that belt. Them dudes got losses, and there ain't nothing over there for them belts right now. But I tell you one thing though, we all know for a fact that AJ don't want no smoke with Deontay.
Shut the fuck up.
And even though,
don't start with me. You know I'll come over there and slap you, and I see you brought your mum here again.
Kick your ass last time.
I see you brought your mum here again because you need a rampage.
Boy, shut up. You're not built like that. But like I was saying, we all know that AJ don't want no smoke with Deontay. As much as I don't like Deontay, I know Deontay will put that motherfucker in the grave. So I'll make it easy for you. Either you can fight Deontay and go to the grave, or fight me and go to the hospital. Either way, you can get your ass whooped. So pick your poison. So let's stop all that talking. Take Eddie Hurtham out your ass and pick somebody that really can fight. Either me or Deontay, one of us Americans, whoop your ass. Stop running over your English muffin.
You are not doing nothing.
Listen, bro. You softer than baby.
You're not doing nothing to me. Watch your mouth.
You let my little cousin
Miller, watch your mouth.
You softer than
watch
baby.
Your mouth. I'll come over
Stop
there
running from me. Stop running from Deontay. Man the fuck up and fight somebody with a heartbeat, bro. Shut up.
But Daniel Dubois got to stop this. We can't have it, Daniel.
So Don Charles, I'm all over the place. Don Charles did say, like, because I was like, why did anybody just say, yo, you pop dirty, you can't talk nothing? I think that voice was first and foremost from Don Charles, and he said, make sure you're clean. And then, you know, as you can hear, Miller has to reply, yeah, your mum. Anthony Joshua had to tell him about his mum again, because you remember the first time round when he said, you know, I'll pay your mum. When Jarrell Miller tried to talk about AJ's mum, AJ said, but no, your mum, I'll pay your mum's rent. And you gave AJ, no, your mum's back here again. Does she need her rent paid? Oh, Lord, this was a fucking fun presser. As you can see, Deontay Wilder said, nada. Deontay Wilder is kissing ass right now. Yeah, you know, AJ, you know, they're all warriors. Dems is all warriors. Dems is all... Translator, please. Woo! Next on the list, CHANN. He got multiple shutdowns, as you can see. You're not my promoter. Why do you feel that you've got to be doing all the talking? You're not this... Yeah, get the hell out of here. So that was another shutdown. So it looked like AJ was in shutdown mode. I know people are like, oh, AJ looked like he was pissed off. Wouldn't you be pissed off sitting next to 4 snake rats? Wouldn't you? All they religiously do is talk trash about you from dusk till dawn. So you got Deontay, the praying mantis Wilder. Anybody who doesn't know what a praying mantis is, Google it. You'll be like, yeah, Shan, I get you, I got you. You got Deontay praying mantis Wilder saying a load of trash. Joshua's be scared of me, you know, he don't what, up until like last week. So that means you called out Joshua last week when you knew that you was coming to do this fight. This is what I'm saying. And you know, the Wildettes follow suit. Yeah, bomb squad. So, you know, moving along swiftly. And then you've got Frank Warren that's been talking shit about Joshua and trying to find a Joshua in his stable, trying to sign a Joshua religiously. Joe Joyce failed. Daniel Dubois, triple knee, you know, he failed. So you still can't find your Joshua. You're on your last run here with a Fraser Clark. We all know where that's going. And then you've got Dev Sani. He was talking a load of trash the other day about Joshua after the Elanius fight. Load of trash. Oh, Joshua's not who he is. You know, he's not there in the head. And, you know, he's just Frank Warren's handbag at this point. You know, I wouldn't even give him wallet status. Handbag. So there was Dev, Miller, Wilder, Frank. There was a quadruple shutdown. I would have that same energy as well if you're sitting next to 4 people that have been slagging you off from dusk till dawn. Yeah. So Wilder's changed his old tune though. You know him. You know he's God sickening. I don't know where he. Someone get Wilder a stylist, because I'm not happy about how he always keeps coming in these circus acts looking like the ringmaster, you know, them tacky, cheap looking outfits. And you've got a few, fair play, you're not on the Forbes list, so you're not as rich as fuck, but you're rich as fuck enough to be able to afford a stylist and get this thing put up in, because your clothes is just looking horrible. And he goes, when he came out, I was like, oh, you could have just came out in a nice tracksuit. That's all. Just come out in a tracksuit. Because these Steve Harvey suits, no bueno, mi hermano, no bueno. Maybe Sean Porter could help you out, because he's got them, you know, them wild suits as well. Oh yeah, I forgot. Number 5, Otto Violin got shut the fuck. Yeah, Violin got a quick violation. Anthony Joshua to tell him, like, you know, when Violin was talking about, because I did see Violin also do an interview today talking about Joshua isn't, I think he's on the decline, he was saying, you know, and then Wally tried to, or Violin, well, I call him Otto Violin, that's how I think you're supposed to pronounce it, but yeah, Otto Violin, he said, you know, I think his peak was about 2018, 19, whatever he said. Joshua said, At least I had a peak, if that's the case. Some people's chasing a peak out here. Shutters. As we say in the UK, shutters means shut down. And his and Violin's face-off looked a bit like Joshua looked like he was irked. I like seeing Joshua irked at pressers. I've only seen him irked with a big baby Miller. That's why he was irked. I've seen him irked with a Kubrat Pulev, and you see how that ended. Yeah, those. Oh yeah, and a Dillian White, and you saw how that ended. So anytime you see an irked Joshua pre-fight, The ending is nigh, so them cats will be getting knocked the fuck out. Eddie Hearn's already said he will not be entertaining no Big Baby Miller, Big Pharma, because he had the whole pharmacy in his. So he had every steroid known to man, animal, mammal, the fucking amphibian, you know, reptile. In his body. It was a pharmaceutical build-in. No, if he comes in at like £300, you know, because we know them steroids had to help him, you know, like, lose weight. That's, God, tragic. I'm glad somebody called him out on it. Make sure you're clean. Like, yeah. And also, I would like to make an observation that Joshua looks on the very slim side. He almost looked really gaunt in the face. I'm not sure what that's about, because we've seen him under Derek James looking quite puffed out. I'm never a fan of... I'm a fan of a heavier Joshua, but not too much. And I thought him being like 255 and all that for fights, the last couple fights, I wasn't really a fan of it. I'm like 247 Joshua to 250. I'm good. But this looks almost like... I don't know. Joshua's fought at these 242s before, and, you know... all like a lot through his career. When I was looking through the box rec, he looks like he's on like he looks like he's about 242. He looked really gaunt in the face, and I'm not sure why. Maybe being in America, you know, you're exposed to a lot of junk food and you just get a bit happy, and you don't have to make weight as a heavyweight, but you can still go too much and just be yamming down the world. Here the portions are smaller, you know, and you know the diets are a bit more controllable here. Not so much high in sugar stuff, and etc. 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 So I think maybe it's just a change of being in two different countries. Yeah, so yeah, he does look quite slim. I would probably say that he does puff out, but you know, who knows? Those are my observations. That presser was good. I literally enjoyed every little bit of it. You got Dimitri Bivol fighting Lyndon Arthur. I was like, oh, well, this is the battle of the jabs. Lyndon Arthur, one thing I'll give him, he's got a great jab. He does have respectable power. He's an IBO champ coming from, you know, being the Commonwealth and the Commonwealth champ, Euro champ as well. He was. So, you know, it's the one up. It's not a major sanction belt, but it's better than nothing. And he's, you know, taking a fight of lifetime, getting a nice pay, but, you know, battle of the jabs. I mean, Bivol does have enough respectable power that, because I don't like, I don't think that Arthur's got a good chin. And I think if Bivol gives him lands the shots on Arthur that he landed on Canelo, I think Arthur will be stopped. Regardless, Arthur's not beating Bivol, but shouts out, you know, he's taking the fight. It's at short notice. Who wouldn't? Gonna get paid a hell of a bag. And you're going to try your best. And when they was interviewing him, you could know that he's like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna... Bivol, poor Bivol, just keeps getting these cold TV dinners. You know, these cold microwave dinners, mate. Just like rubbery and hard. Like, the guy just wants undisputed. Just stop fucking with his career. Yeah, I really love Bivol as well. Yeah, so it looks like it's an extravaganza, darling. I'm really, really excited about this card. I've been going back and forth with me compadre, Kenny. He's of the sound mind that this is primarily a match... what card? Sorry, Queensbury card. I was like, well, they're all promoting as promoters, because there's all different... There's PBC, well, I don't know, PBC don't really exist, but PBC fighters on there, Matchroom, I think, obviously, Queensbury. It's Shake Turkey's card. That's whose card it is. I can almost probably say that it will be on DAZN's pay-per-view, because, you know, it's a Joshua fight. I did state that yesterday in my weekly wrap-up show. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's also on TNT box office. If Sky want to chip in and try and buy box office rights for it, you never know, it could be on that. So each customer could pick out of those three. And Deontay Big Mouth Wilder has let it out the bag that it's going to be his own PPV. And we're assuming that's obviously on the American side. So, you know, because he said this. Stand by. So yeah, you know, the praying mantis let the cat out of the bag. There's, I just didn't see, and he was like, "Yeah, that's if we do fight after." Like, oh God, I'm sure you're doing all of this to fight Joshua. So you know, you said you was gonna call. You said you was calling him out, and you was flying to the UK, even though we thought at the time that Joshua was definitely in Dallas, but. You knew you was coming to the UK because you knew you was coming to do this presser. Muy interesante. Deontay clout chasing Wilder. Yeah, again. But yeah, where else? But I mean, oh yeah, Joseph Parker. He getting knocked the fuck out. You know, everyone can outbox Wilder, but Joseph Parker's chin, like I said, it's questionable. And if you're not going to outbox, and Lander and Wilder does land the right at Joseph Parker, it's good night, Irene. I mean, you know, yeah. But I do want to see Deontay Wilder, what he looks like. If the fight goes after 2 rounds, I want to see what he looks like in 2-3 rounds, unless he gets Joseph Parker out of there really quick like that, then, you know. But yeah, I think Wilder should want to get rounds in. Even if you feel maybe you could take out Parker, but maybe not, because Wilder doesn't really have fundamentals to lean back on as a plan B and be like, yeah, I'll just play around for a bit and box, because he can't box. So, I mean, when the opportunity presents just to knock people out, it's almost it's a scared response, like, just knock him out quick, like, because I can't do anything else in the ring, you know. Fuck, like, box. It's called boxing and I can't do it. Because inactivity has not been any fighter's best friend. We saw Errol Spence get his ass handed to him, you know, so, yeah. Yeah, Joseph Parker has been very active, and this will be his 4th fight this year. So round of applause for that, for Joseph Cheerleader Parker. You know, he did have to bring up his mentor, his Lord and saving grace and saviour, Tyson Fury. You know, he said, you know, because Tyson Fury's got the keys to, you know, about beating Deontay Wilder. Yeah, he does have the keys to beating Deontay Wilder. That's only if you're Tyson Fury. I don't know if you realise your name is Joseph Parker and you don't have those same keys. You don't have the same bunch on your hip. No, you don't. You don't have them keys, Joseph. You don't. Other than that, woo! What's the word shall I use? The fuckeries was in the booties. The drug cheats entered the booties. People's mums there because their rent needed to be paid, and if their rent ain't paid, they get evicted out their booties in. According to Joshua, not me. Big Baby Miller just talked about everybody's mums anyway, and didn't realise that his mum was in the booties in. Talked about how, you know, you're from New York, and, you know, talking about, you know, he got bitch in him, but you bring your mum. Yeah, again, may I reiterate, you brought your mum to the booties in. Poor Daniel Dubois, he ain't got no words for no Miller. It just doesn't matter. Let me just say that, actually, Daniel Dubois has a good chance, in my opinion, of beating Miller. I think this is so that's a straight 50-50 fight. But the only thing is that I would agree with Miller. He does his triple knee, takes the knees. He does give up. He does quit. So, you know, I don't have my hopes high on Dubois, but I did feel a bit sorry for him when, you know, as you saw the desecration, the onslaught. And Daniel Dubois is not like that. He doesn't have words like that. So, I mean, I did feel a bit bad for him there. You know, like, oh, bless him. Leave him alone. Leave the lad alone. But, yeah, you know, there was a point, you know. But anyway, let me just say again, you bought your mum there, Miller. You bought your mum. You know, he's talking about people's, but you bought your mum there with you. This card is going to be so fucking hectic 2 days before Christmas. I can't literally wait for it. I really can't. Shouts out to getting this fight made, boy. The Saudis, the promoters, all of them. And some ain't got any promoters. But, you know, you don't need a promoter to get shit done. AJ, you could have followed that suit. But, you know, it don't matter. But you could have did it. You could have been a free agent as well. You know, you can travel everywhere you want to go. But now that PBC ain't really about, I think more fights could be made maybe a bit more freely whilst being on the other side of the street. Yeah, there ain't no other side of the street as such. PBC was the ones that was coining that, and we're for the main part anyway, and holding that, you know, as to the highest regard, you know. So without them, that, I guess, more promoters can work together, because it's like PBC against the world. Like, PBC don't work with nobody, like, unless they want to. So it's just, they stopped a lot of big fights. And I think Deontay Wilder had to eat some humble pie, realise I don't really got no, you know, now, you know, I can't hide behind the PBC and them telling me not to take the fight. And Shelley Finkel had a few words to say. He looks like he's yeah, it's really aged. Yeah, and then other than that, yeah, it's kind of like a youngish man's game. But the old lads, they refuse to, like, you know, sit down, smoke their pipe in the rocking chair. But shouts out to them. Anyway, I saw Eddie Hearn, you know, they get caught with him looking at Frank Warren, and, you know, Frank Warren, him having a little smile like they was in mid-conversation. I know Eddie Hearn was thinking, you rat. Rat. You can see, and Eddie Hearn's like, yeah, you know, Eddie Hearn will do what he does. He that's how he winds people up, because he's one of them people. He's like, he can be snarky, can't he? So, and they know that, and he knows that these people are snakes, and they've said snaky things, and they did that. So he's just kind of like, whatever. Like, in his head, it just looked like he was saying, you rat. Oh God, that was a good presser. I actually enjoyed watching that. So anyway, I'm done. Anyway, I hope I bring that, my thoughts, my opinions from me to you, from you to me. You dares, Rodders. You dares. Anyway, I'm gone. Hey, girl, it's LadyChann, rep 9. Let's come box with CHANN. Gone. There was bear, cheese, and mouse, and rat traps in the booties in. Gone.